In this video, we'll discuss why in certain cases the myCurveFit add-in CalcX function might not return a numerical value, and instead a less than or greater than the asymptote result. I have open an Excel spreadsheet that I've been using to perform analysis for a typical ELISA. If you'd like to see how to configure this spreadsheet, please see the below video. In this case, I've already calculated my 4PL parameters using the calibrator X and Y values from this table. The X values are the concentration values from my assay kit insert, and the Y values are the average blank corrected values for each standard sample. Now I want to use the CalcX function to calculate the concentration value, or X value, corresponding to the blank corrected value, or Y value, for all the samples on my plate. To do this, I'll type equals myCurveFit and select the 4PL CalcX option. I'll highlight the cells containing the CurveFit parameters A, B, C, and D. Press F4 to denote this selection as an absolute reference. This way, when I drag the formula to fill the remainder of this matrix, the parameters will reference these same cells each time. Next, I'll highlight the corresponding Y value and press Enter. Right off, we can see that the result returned for our first sample is Y value is less than the lower asymptote. Let's drag the formula down to fill the remainder of this column. Okay, so some of these samples return concentration results as expected, but you can see two instances where the Y value is less than the lower asymptote. Why is this the case? First, we need to discuss the shape of the sigmoidal fit, so let's take a look at our fit tab. Looking at our fit chart, you can see the sigmoid starts pretty flat at the bottom, curves up and gets steeper before tapering off to a flat line again at the top. Where the fit line is flat is the asymptote, and each sigmoidal curve will have two, a lower and an upper asymptote. As the curve fit line approaches the asymptote, a very small difference in Y can result in a large difference in X. And any Y value outside the range of the curve, either below or above the asymptotes, will not intersect with the fit line, and therefore cannot produce an X value result. So looking back at our data tab, how do we know the values of the asymptotes? These are represented by the A and D parameters calculated here. These values can be flipped depending upon the direction of your curve, but the lower of the two will always represent the lower asymptote, and the higher will represent the upper asymptote. So for this example, A represents my lower asymptote, and D represents my upper asymptote. Any sample with a y-axis value, in this case blank corrected, lower than 0.76 or higher than 2.23 will not return a calculable X value or concentration. So looking at our blank corrected values, we can see that the first value, 0.715, is less than the lower asymptote, as is 0.03. Let's drag this formula across the rest of the matrix. And in column 12, we can see another notice, this time that the Y value is greater than the upper asymptote. Reviewing the corresponding blank corrected value, we can see that 2.9 is greater than the D parameter, 2.23. Note that if you prefer to change the message received when a result falls outside the curve limits, you can do so using the myCurveFit add-in Custom Messages feature. For more information and a demonstration of this functionality, please see the below video. If you have any questions about CalcX results greater than or less than the asymptote, please email us at support@myassays.com.